Hello everyone and welcome back to a new video. Today we will be discussing the 2024 election and generally how Trump is kicking Kamala's ass in the polls. So yeah, let's just get into that. So looking at the current polling right now, not exactly great for Kamala. Looking at the most recent polls, we got Trump plus 2, Trump plus 2, Trump plus 1, Trump plus 7. And the only polls that Kamala leads in is 2 polls where she's up 2 and then 1 poll where she's up 1. Outside of that, it's all Trump up and then 1 tie. And that is not a good result, especially since the media has been pushing that Kamala is this amazing candidate that we've never seen somebody like her before. She's the new Barack Obama. She's gonna completely sweep Donald Trump like 2008. That that doesn't even make any sense. Kamala has been in politics for decades. She is not a new figure, and we already know what she is like and how she campaigns, especially since she's hiring the same people who lost her the 2020 nomination. She is only in the conversation right now because she's the vice president and a diversity hire. That is the only reason why she got into this place, because she was the vice president for an elderly man that could clearly not take the office for 4 years, let alone 8, and was always going to have to step down or at least resign the nomination, which he did. And also, she was only picked as the vice president because Barack Obama effectively endorsed her, saying, "Oh, she's so goddamn diverse. You gotta pick her." And that's the only reason Joe Biden even picked her, is because she just played the race card and played the fact that she was a woman. Doesn't really offer anything. In fact, she pretty much dragged on the ticket the entire race in 2020, and really it was only up to Joe Biden to actually beat Donald Trump. Joe Biden would have probably won by a little bit more in the popular vote if Kamala wasn't on the ticket. But Kamala, no matter how much the media try to lie about it, and no matter how much they gaslight people saying that, oh, the previous decades that she's been in politics, and especially the last 4 years she's been in the White House, that never happened. She's a new face. She's the law and order president, despite already being attorney general, and us knowing the fact that she is very, very soft on crime. She is not a tough on crime president at all. She actually makes Bill Clinton look like martial law leader, and she wouldn't sign any sort of crime bill whatsoever. As soon as she gets into office, all crime bills, they're going to be, if they are passed, they're going to be basically nothing. She is not a tough on crime president, and she's trying to run on that, just completely gaslighting people, which that might be able to gaslight your hardcore base, but that's not going to gaslight independents or even Republicans, because they can see right through that. You literally need to do 2 seconds of research or just bring it up, and instantly her narrative falls apart. The media, they're the least trusted they've ever been. Nobody trusts them. So, really, are they going to be able to push this lie? They might have been able to in like the 2000s when they were way more trusted, but now nobody buys what they say. Nobody even thinks that they're saying anything correct at all. And really, you're trying to push this lie that Kamala is this oh so special candidate, that she's going to save democracy, she's going to do all of this. Well, looking at her record, she sucks on the border because she's failed that for the past 4 years. She sucks at crime because we already know how she handles the law, and she'll just blatantly break the law if it means that she can get voters and stay in power. She isn't a good campaigner because we saw 2020 and how much her campaign sucked back then. She's not likable because, I mean, the past couple of decades, we've seen how unlikable she is and how awkward she is, which the media, they're also trying to play that as a strength, apparently. They're trying to play the fact that she can't really talk properly and goes on weird tangents and says weird crap all the time while cackling like a witch. She she's trying to play that off as a strength, and the media is trying to back that too. That isn't going to work. Okay, calling everyone weird when you yourself are the weirdest candidate that has ever been announced in presidential history, You are so unbelievably weird and unlikable. You can't go around saying, "Oh yeah, JD Vance is weird." They're trying to push the fucking sex with a couch thing. That's not gonna work as an actual effective campaign stop. You can't just use that and ride your way to the presidency. Trump, he's pretty much the only one who can actually do stuff like that and have it work. That's just who he is. He's always been like that. Kamala, what she's doing right now is completely fake. This is not her. What she is a radical, basically to the left of Bernie Sanders, which I didn't even know that was possible. You got Bernie Sanders endorsing the Soviet Union, holding his honeymoon there, and like bowing to the feet of Fidel Castro for some reason. Kamala, she's even further to the left than that. She doesn't stand for border security. She wants open borders. She doesn't stand for crime. She'll just let criminals terrorize the street and only arrest them if it's politically convenient. She didn't care about BLM when that was destroying cities. She actually worked to get a lot of those people out, and what do you know? They committed more crimes, so I guess fuck the people they affected because I'm in power now, bitches. But nobody who runs as an awkward, sort of uncharismatic figure, none of them win. They have to have so much going for them, and Kamala, she doesn't have anything going for her. So you can't have everyone pushing you towards the finish goal because Kamala, she has none of that. Trump has everybody pushing him towards the finish goal. Kamala, she's got her shoelaces tied and she's going to trip over the first second that she can actually move because she hasn't really done anything. She's been sitting in her cozy little apartment, just kind of sitting there, playing in the playing solitaire in the office, doing absolutely nothing. Once she gets onto the debate stage and actually has to answer legitimate questions instead of how she's climbing up coconut trees and how she's so goddamn relatable, while the media effectively just fucking sucks her ass and bows down to her like she's some almighty god like they did with Obama. As soon as she has to answer actual questions, she doesn't. She just cackles them away, which people are going to look at that and say, wow, she really doesn't care. She's just going to laugh it all away while I can't afford groceries or even basic things like electricity or my bills or even being able to go on the streets because the streets are filled with criminals who came illegally across the border. Guess she doesn't care about that. And Kamala, she can talk about how she's so unique because she's awkward. She can talk about that all she wants. Soon as the debate comes, she's going to get clobbered. She's going to get absolutely decimated, like Joe Biden. And after that, it's going to be too late because the convention is already going to be over and you can't replace her. Looking at the polling, they it kind of reflects what people are thinking, and really, she doesn't do that much better than Joe Biden. It's still a tight race, but Trump being up in the polling, it's still significant because he was never up in the polling in 2020. He was barely up in the polling in 2016 for like 2 weeks. And even then, he still lost the popular vote both times. And really, that's what the polling represents is the popular vote, not the electoral college. The electoral college, I mean, looking at all the states, we got Arizona. What is he leading by? 7 points, basically. And Nevada, that's even worse. He's leading by 10 points in the most recent poll. And if you average them out, it's about 9 points. Wisconsin, she's actually doing slightly better here than Joe Biden, but still, Trump is beating her by zero point 0.7 points, which is still a victory. It doesn't matter how much he beats her by, you just need to win the state, and that is still absolutely devastating. Michigan, what do we have here? Point for Trump. Well, let's go to Pennsylvania. Maybe she does better there. Oh no, 3 points for Trump. How about North Carolina? She's apparently funneling resources there. Oh yeah, she's down by 9 points. How about Georgia? She's black. She might have appeal there. Oh, she's down by 4.5 points, which is even greater than Pennsylvania, and you're reaching to the point where you're getting to Nevada and Arizona. And I mean, what else do you got left? You're losing in every single swing state. Your best state that you're doing is Wisconsin. And Wisconsin, usually the polling is way more biased towards the Democrats. And if that is also true this election, then Wisconsin, you might see it go Republican by 2 to 3 points, which that would be absolutely decimating for any Democrats' chance there, especially since also there's a Senate race there. And given the fact that Wisconsin is so close and that polling tends to underestimate Republicans, don't be shocked if the Senate race goes to the Republicans and Republicans gain the Senate by a wide majority. Kamala, she replaced Joe Biden because they thought, oh, she's going to be a fresh new face. We're just going to peddle her as this fresh new face that has never been in politics despite being tied to the White House. Oh, we're just going to peddle her as the new Obama. She's going to be so goddamn charismatic and so likable. And we're just going to play off any problem as her own unique quirkiness. That doesn't work. That will never work. No matter how much they try, it will not work. And Kamala, she will probably perform worse than Joe Biden, especially in the Rust Belt. Joe Biden, he still has some appeal there. I mean, it's not a lot, but definitely more than Kamala Harris. And I mean, she is running such a bad campaign. She is barely in advertisements outside of some social media, which all the ads are not that interesting. It's literally just her talking about how you should donate to her because I said so. And what else is she doing? Advertising to drag queens? Oh yeah, that's really gonna win you the election when you're advertising on a drag queen show. That definitely isn't gonna tie you to being a radical. And meanwhile, Trump, he's out there campaigning. He's out there actually talking to people. He's out there making interesting ads on all platforms and not just three or four. So, really, is that going to be enough to actually overpower Trump? Absolutely not. No, it won't. And to top on that, since she hired her own incompetent campaign team from 2020, well, they're up to more shenanigans being extremely incompetent, like focusing resources away from the Midwest, where you got a lot of swing states there, and if you win those, you could win the election. Instead, they're focusing on Mississippi and Florida. I am not joking. They have refunneled resources back into Florida, and they're talking about how we have a chance to win Mississippi. What kind of fucking shit are you smoking? You are not going to win Mississippi or Florida. Florida, that's a deep red state. That is so red, it's gone for 20 points for Ron DeSantis and Marco Rubio. You are not going to win Florida in your dreams. You have a higher chance of winning Iowa or Ohio or some state like that. You are not going to win Florida. And Mississippi, why the fuck would you think you would win Mississippi of all places? Mississippi, that's a part of the Bible Belt. That's like a deep red state. You are not going to win Mississippi. And you, even if you had black and women votes all towards Democrats, it is still unlikely that you win Mississippi because Mississippi, it is a deep red state. It is Trump plus 16, and he's likely to win it by Trump plus 20. That is not even going to be close. It is not going to be close at all. It's not going to be even close enough that it's going to be under 10 points. It's going to be over 20 points. And this idea that she's funneling resources in deep red states, my God, it's like you're stupid. Well, I mean, she is probably stupid. I mean, probably going to funnel resources into West Virginia or Wyoming next. She's probably going to think that she's going to win Utah or win South Dakota and get it within 10 points like 2008. She is the worst campaigner I have ever seen. She sucks at campaigning. She is somehow even worse at campaigning, at being likable, at being a good Democratic candidate than Hillary Clinton. And guess what happened to her? She lost to Donald Trump in 2016 by a massive blowout. And what you're going to get now is a unlikable female Democrat running, replacing a elderly man who is unlikable and wasn't really well liked at the end of their presidency, and completely avoiding all serious issues and completely alienating a ton of voters. And then what is probably going to happen is that, like 2016, she's going to get clocked in the Electoral College. She might even lose the popular vote by a couple of points. And if she does, it's game over. It's game over for her. She's never being let into politics again. They can cry about it. They can say that it was rigged. It doesn't matter. Kamala Harris, her political career ends if she loses 2024, which it is pretty likely. She has a more than 75% chance of losing the election, and that's generous. That's saying that she even has a chance of winning states like Georgia or Nevada or Arizona. She is not winning those states, but it's nice to see her try because really, is she going to win? Probably not. And all this talk about how she's an amazing politician and how she's an amazing campaigner, stop it. You know you're lying. And Kamala, you might as well drop out right now and get replaced by someone who might be a little bit more competent. I mean, at this rate, it might actually be an effective electoral strategy to just ditch Kamala and go for somebody like Al Gore or somebody like that. Because I think he would actually have a better chance of winning the election than Kamala. Kamala, I'm debating whether or not she actually is a worse pick for the Democrats than Joe Biden. At least Joe Biden, he he has some appeal to certain voters. At least he's got that. Kamala, she has no appeal to absolutely anyone. She appeals to zero people. She is only appealing to the radical Democrat base, which were going to vote for the Democrats no matter what. They were going to vote for anyone with a D next to their name. It doesn't matter who it is. As long as they are ambiguous about supporting Israel, they will vote for you. They don't care. As long as you have a D next to your name, they will vote for you. They are the most determined Democrat voters. And ditching your moderates and independents in favor of your radical base, you are going to lose the election. And it's not just going to be by 1.7 points, which is what the polling in the polling aggregate shows. It's going to be more like 3 to 4. And if you see that, it's it's all Jover. It's all Jover for you. You're done. You're just done. Trump, keep up the good work, and we need to get out of the vote because complacency, that's what kills opportunities like this. So, yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.